Hello everyone. Well, today it is our last session from the Wonder of Easter series, and it's called He's Gone. We're Still Happy. Sounds strange, doesn't it? Let's think for a moment about the last few sessions. In the first session, can you remember, Jesus arrived in Jerusalem on a small donkey. Lots of people were very excited, but some were angry. Then in session 2, Jesus was arrested, and the Roman soldiers arrested him and took him from his friends. In session 3, Jesus was put on the cross, and he promised a man who was very sorry for what he had done that he would be with Jesus in heaven. And this man really understood who Jesus was. And then in session 4, Jesus came back and visited his friends so they would know all he had told them was true. They saw him, they touched him, and they gave him fish to eat. Now, when you say goodbye to someone, how do you feel? Well, if it's a friend you're saying goodbye to, perhaps in the playground at school, you won't mind too much because you will know that tomorrow you'll probably see him or her again. So you'll probably give a smile. But if you visit someone or someone visits you that you see very, very rarely, and they perhaps live a long, long way away, it might make you feel sad. I know that my brother and his family live in Greece, and I don't see them apart from on Zoom or FaceTime very often at all, perhaps once every 18 months. And so I usually feel a bit sad when I have to say goodbye. Now, the big idea this time is the departure, that means the leaving, of Jesus was joyful because he was going to heaven to be king. And you can find that in Luke 24, verses 50 to 53. Now, our story today, you see, is about a very big goodbye in one way. Now, you would expect Jesus' friends to be sad like this when they said a final goodbye to Jesus, but they weren't. When Jesus came back to life, he went to his friends so they could know that what he told them was true. He told them to tell people about him, and then he left them and went to heaven. So, did his friends feel? No. They felt happy, full of joy. A bit surprising. But they celebrated because they understood why Jesus was going. Jesus was going to heaven because his work on earth was done. He was returning to heaven to rule as king. And that's why they were happy. Jesus was in control and ruling in heaven forever. What great news. Now, Jesus didn't wear a crown like this. We saw him wear a crown of thorns when he was put on the cross. But can you remember when we sing, Jesus is the King, ruler over everything? And one of the actions is to put a crown on our heads. So this is just to remind us that Jesus went to heaven to be ruler, king over all. What great news. But you know, there's more news. Jesus promised to send the Holy Spirit to be with his friends and to help them. Now, I wonder if you've ever heard your mum or dad or people who are looking after you say to you, "I can't be in two places at once. Just wait a moment." Well, when Jesus sent his Holy Spirit, who was going to be with his friends, he was there in a new way. Jesus went to heaven. The Holy Spirit was a new way that Jesus could be with his friends. You see, his Spirit can be with every one of his people at the same time, helping me, helping you, helping all who trust in Jesus. And that's why his friends were so happy. They had Jesus with them, only in a new way. You see, Jesus has us in his care. We can feel peace and rest in him. Jesus is our King and rules from heaven. It's a wonderful story, isn't it, to end this series? Let's have a look at the big idea again. The departure, the leaving of Jesus was joyful because he was going to heaven to be king. To be found in Luke 24, verses 50 to 53. Now I'm going to send you, as usual, some pictures to colour, some quizzes to do, but you could also make a crown to remind you that Jesus is King, ruler over everything. Hope you have a good week and that it won't be too long before we can all be together again in Jam Club. Bye for now.